Can you hear this? Can you hear this?
Perfect.
No, that's why you say it. No.
Hello and welcome to Mount Mendota Madness. This is the climbing finals, and we're working on getting audio currently, but in the meantime, I think everyone's just getting set up to make sure that like everything is working correctly at the wall. Um, okay, so it looks like the first climber we have is in the rec category, and her name is Kylie.
How this is formatted is we're gonna have three finalists. So the three finalists for the recreational division are gonna go first. First up is Kylie. Looks like she's getting tied in right now. She'll have one attempt to climb the final route. Um, it Whoever makes it the furthest in the route is gonna be the winner. Couple people can top. Then it'll be whoever does it the fastest gonna be the winner.
So these first few holds aren't too bad, but as like the climber will get higher in the wall, it's supposed to get harder, right? And so, um, starting out, it's this route's probably close to a 5.7 or 5.6 grade, which is pretty like beginner based, but it gets always up to like a 5.10 scale, which is intermediate, getting up to like advanced a little bit.
I was planning I didn't think it quite got to the well, last year when we ran our recreational finals made it to the top, finished it the fastest. It looks like she's got um, a couple moves. She's at the top of the wall.
I know her right hand right now is um pretty slopey, not too great to move off on, but it looks like she's getting that left hand up and getting that pretty good jug.
Yeah,
So,
nice high feet.
oh,
Ooh.
dang it, one hold away.
I think the top was actually changed from when I tried it last.
Hmm.
So it looks like it was made a little bit more difficult. So that'll probably be good. That there aren't as many top outs.
And then I think it'll pan down for the next climber.
So you can't hear workout music playing.
Oh yeah, each climber has their own like walkout music that they pick.
Yeah,
So,
each finalist gets to choose whatever song they want to, as long as it's clean,
mhm, mhm.
to walk out to, and everyone's cheering. So it's a pretty electric atmosphere. I wish I could know what they were playing for each song.
Right. The guy with the what's that called? The horn thing. Like anyway, it like makes your voice louder, whatever. His name is Patrick. He goes by Patty Buckets. It looks like he's announcing the next climber, which will either be Noah or Nick next up.
That, like,
And that
Noah.
looks like Noah. Sounds good.
Pretty excited to see how he does on this. I think he can get pretty far. He's more of a boulderer. Um, I didn't watch him do a lot of top rope
Yeah,
today. He might be pretty gassed. A lot of the climbers um, that I was belaying weren't doing as well on top rope just because of how tired they were.
I definitely think it'll come down to time
I think
for
so too.
Noah. Yep. A big um aid for like climbing these finals routes and just like most top rope routes in general is that you can like feel out all the holds that you can like reach off the ground. So I think that's what I saw like Noah doing a little earlier was just testing out those holds. He's off.
Got big expectations for him. His high cut.
As he's running through this like middle section, it's about to get just a little bit more difficult, before the top, like, crux section. So here, that's
And the crux section is meant to be sectioned, like the most difficult parts of the climb where
mhm.
climbers are intended to fall on.
This is the tough right hand with that
Yep,
tough move.
this is where Kylie fell. So if he makes it past this one up to the top, he will be in a position to win the division, but there still is one more climber who's going after him, and that will be the last climber for the.
Oh,
Oh
dang, him too, huh? Interesting.
man, that must be a hard
It's like that
hand.
it's really it's just mostly just slippery, but, I think that'll come down to time then as neither of them have been able to move off that, next hold.
Yeah, it's tough to see a member of the Champlain Park High School community fall on the
Uh-huh,
top of a route like that,
that is
but
sad.
yeah, I think he still did the school proud. I think,
His very best, yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah. Once a rebel, always a rebel. Get that view.
Yeah, there are a lot of spectators, it's just, mostly, like, underneath this part of the wall right now, so, they're on the 3rd floor, I'm broadcasting this footage.
Yeah, there are a lot of spectators who came in to watch, so
Mhm.
the wall's at full capacity.
And the last of the climbers in the recreational division, this is Nick, and I'm sure Patrick is just explaining those rules once again.
So there he goes. Nick has started his final. If he finishes the route, he will automatically win. And then it will be up to the times to determine the winner or second place and third place between Noah and Kylie. Um, we'll see where he lands. I think it'd be disappointing if they all fell in the same
In the
spot.
same spot, right?
Yeah.
Especially because that next hole that they're moving off, like, towards is really good, and it's, like, a really good so
Yeah, I thought I had remembered all the hands at the top being pretty nice, but it does look like it's changed from when I tried it a couple months ago.
mhm.
Nice.
Here's that, tough section once again. Oh, nice.
Log out. There we go. There's our first top out. Or
Yeah. No, yeah, that was I think that was it. So it looks
do you
like
think that Nico said he's gonna keep control at the top?
Either way, I think he got farther than both the
Yeah,
other
that's
individuals.
true.
So
So either way, it looks like you're done for evaluation. So congratulations to Nick.
we'll just be up to time for the next two then.
It's up to you. I know. Remember, you will be playing while you play. Oh, it will? And I need something. A lot of them are. I need you're at risk of that. I need like. Oh, sorry. You're not used to kids blast. Well, I am used to. I don't know if they have the One Love Sosa song. It's definitely not a clean song. They might have a clean version of the remix. They got clean versions. They got another one. What's up? Should I? It's called. And like, and like that just shows like that most of the people come here to play the ball. Shows that you're sort of. So I think what I really got to see that and maybe that would be for me. So I wanted to do it with like, yeah, I would have been like, I think it would be my day. But then on like spot topics, I feel like you were saying like the ones. And also, yeah, like I didn't take the other way to do it. Also, there's not a lot of. I think it's but like, yes. The back well, the thing was, like, he had like having your like always talking about right. Or he was like, guess what? I have classes and there's several categories. They're that's like what average should be that category. I found I
So this next route does have a dino, which brings us to our first dinosaur fun fact. The brain of a Stegosaurus was actually the size of a walnut. That's the first one. There will be one more during this round as well.
Yeah, and then a dino is just a dynamic move on the wall. So you have to, a lot of times a taller climber can just span it or just reach across with their arms. But a lot of times shorter climbers you have to jump from one end to another. These routes, these last few needed to have some jumping moves. So a lot of probably fall on them. So that will probably differentiate the winners from the runners up. We're just waiting to see the order of who's going to be third for the intermediate.
I really have high hopes for this next division. Individuals are very like pretty good climbers, and so I think they'll get pretty far in this next round.
Yeah, all three of them are really active at the climbing wall. We're all familiar. We're both familiar with all three of them. It looks like we have Will up first.
This is don't even but it's just what I was like, look at this girl. Wait, that's my Wait,
Just cruising up that route.
Yeah.
Um, this is like the most difficult section from Bell and Eight. And then as it gets higher, as he gets higher up on the wall, it more becomes like a balance kind of route than like tough holds. I know, like
Whoa, he's making this look easy.
yeah. So this is the crux or like the hardest part on this route. We'll see how he does. The arete, so like the right side of the wall, it's off, so he can't like use that to like get a good heel hook or any way to stabilize himself. So this is definitely like the most difficult part of the route.
Yeah. He's pretty confident going into it.
Mm-hmm.
Since he cruised up the whole rest of the route.
Yeah, that left foot too is also pretty slippery. Yeah, dang it, so close.
Man, I've just seen so many climbers fall
At the very last move, yeah.
I know for this route there were a couple crux moves, difficult moves where climbers were intended to fall. Of course, being at the end was the big one, but there were a few that he just made look really easy as he went through that.
Mm-hmm.
He comes in like yeah, he didn't even have to make a dyno on that.
I guess not. Yeah, wow. The whale is also pretty tall, so he can kind of just span that reach. I'm curious what the next two climbers will do with that, with those moves.
The next couple climbers are not as tall,
Mm-hmm.
but still just as talented of climbers.
Of course.
Hey, and here we have Hannah. Hannah, who also works at the climbing wall.
Hooray, go Hannah.
Yes. We know her pretty well. I'm surprised she signed up for intermediate. I thought she would sign up for advanced, but she's definitely.
She's a really strong climber.
Yeah, she's
yes,
obviously
definitely.
good enough to make advanced if she wanted to, but she stayed in intermediate, so she is in the finals now. Hopefully there's a lot of success behind her going up finals. I would be cheering for her if I were there, but I guess not. But if we are preparing for her to maybe make a dyno on this route, do we have another fun fact?
That is for advanced climbing. The next set of individuals. I can't give them all away. No.
Okay, we're saving this for last.
So the intermediate route starts at around a like 5.8 or 5.9, and it gets to probably like a 5.10 C, I would say. So
I would get to like a 5.11.
yeah, the last move is pretty tough. That last hold's pretty slopey.
You tried this one earlier today, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah, and you always think things are easier than they are, so it's probably a 5.11 at the end. Which is probably a good place for it to be. We have some really strong climbers here, so I don't think a 5 C would be hard enough to make them all.
You got it. Come on. Hey, come on.
Nice. The right hand she's on right now is pretty solid, so she can take a second.
Yeah, and if she makes the top, she's automatically at the top of finals. Will fell right around here too. So, oh, yeah, looks like that second to top hand is
Pretty rough.
Pretty tough sloper.
Mm-hmm.
So just not something you can stick your hand in.
Ooh.
She went to skip the
I guess
second to
so.
last hold.
I mean, yeah, the last hold's really good.
Hey, that was the diner.
That was just for Hannah. Oh.
An exception for our favorite coworker.
Yeah.
Hannah.
Dinosaurs use their tails as sound-making tools, creating sharp and loud noises used to communicate or scare off predators. That was just for Hannah, actually, for that really great effort on that last move.
Chinchillas, right?
Correct. Actually, correct.
And last up for climbing, we have Michelle.
She is the lead route setter's girlfriend, and they both climb together quite often. So, definitely seen a lot of improvement with Michelle this year, and I think she'll do really well in this route.
Yeah, her boyfriend unfortunately did not set this route. He set the route for the advanced finals.
So we'll see how that goes after Michelle gets done climbing.
I'm grateful that her boyfriend's not because he wouldn't be much of a competition then, actually. And it looks like she is starting the route now, so we'll see how far she gets. Hannah and Will both fell at the same spot, so for them it'll be up to time to determine who might get first or second, or third, depending on how far Michelle gets. Looks like she's off to a confident start.
I did just want to throw some appreciation to the route setters of these finals routes. Shay set this purple route. Luke set the yellow, and then I think Gavin set the green one.
Yeah.
So, very well done, very well set, and
Yeah, each of them stayed really into the night. The last couple nights setting these routes. They did a really good job, and they made some changes yesterday.
just like the day before the comp, yeah.
Yeah, they've been putting in the hours. I know they've been staying a long time at the gym till close a couple times. Because they also set other routes, not just the finals routes. Michelle is definitely taking her time more than Will and Hannah, which me too. Me too. Will might have some good chalked up hands.
Oh, dang, I'm curious. What happened there? But either way, really good effort by Michelle. I think that was sent really well. We will now be moving on to the advanced climbers.
So we're about to head into the advanced finals. Pretty hyped for this.
Hooray! Hooray! Advanced!
We have some pretty strong climbers in this division.
We do.
A bit different from last year. Just the climbers. One of them is the same. From last year's finals as well, but the winner from last year is not competing this year, so we are for sure gonna have a different winner.
Yeah, and it's actually interesting. So Alex also competed at a competition in Chicago yesterday. We got back around like 1 a.m. So he is competing in this one with 5 hours of sleep and still crushing it. So I'm excited to see how he does for sure.
Yeah, daylight savings did not help.
Did not help.
I think a lot of people were struggling with it today, me included. It was a tough wake-up call for me this morning
Right?
for that 7:30 a.m. alarm.
Today went by pretty quick though, I think.
Yeah, this competition has been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun work. So it looks like we have Adam up first. Adam, who is on the climbing team here, right?
He is, yeah. Adam's pretty tall and just tall and strong. So I think it'll be really interesting to see how he comes to work on these moves. And just like get this route crushed. I think he'll get pretty far. Yeah, he's a pretty solid climber. So
Yeah, I was keeping a lot of the scores for him in the bouldering, the top rope section, and it looks like he's not super natural top roper. He's more of a boulderer, but he still has a lot of strength and technique and is able to get through a lot of routes, even though it's obviously not what he naturally goes for first. Well, yeah, so this finals route was set a couple days ago by pit route setter Luke, who typically sets the hardest climbs of the gym, so he's very good at it. Watching him set this was definitely something, as I watched all the foot chips come out that are meant to be handholds
right.
here.
Most of these holds are actually so small that you can only use screws instead of like bolts as are used in typical holds. So a lot of finger strength is needed for maintaining your strength on the wall.
Yep, and talking to Luke about this route, he was hoping no one would fall below like the first volume, and Adam very easily just got past that, making it look easy. So he's on the second volume now. Here's a pretty good rest spot.
This is the crux though here, so I'm curious how he finishes up the last bit of this route.
Here at the top of the climb is meant to be where people are falling. He had a pretty good rest on that volume, so he is one move away from making it to the top. Wow, he's making this look very easy.
His high foot can be tricky, but he is almost tall enough to just reach for it. Having that right hand just barely slip off.
It is a very nice hold at the top, but it's a big dino up to the top.
Oh my gosh, next dinosaur fun fact. Did you know that pterodactyls were actually not dinosaurs, but large reptiles? I will say that that's basically the same thing, and that pterodactyls are the best dinosaur to me.
Yeah, pterodactyls and reptiles are a really good combo. It takes two to tango. And here we have our next climber coming out. This is Alex, the one who competed competition yesterday in Chicago and is somehow still here, making it to the finals today. Do you know how he did yesterday in his climb?
He actually got second in the advanced category at finals, so he's probably gassed from that, and obviously not too much so because he's definitely crushing it in this competition as well.
Yeah, this one's probably a little less high stakes than the one yesterday, but hey, the competition nonetheless. We've had some really tough routes up for bouldering and top rope, and so he's obviously crushed them. Was there an open category yesterday? Or was advanced?
Yeah, so there was open too, but only a few people registered for it, and a majority of them were in advance. So he was definitely the top percentile in that comp.
Yeah, I'd imagine you'd take a few off days after this, but I feel like climbers don't really take off days, so maybe not.
Especially with all the new routes. And
That's
then
so true.
we'll get the difficulties posted tomorrow, and so I think a lot of people will be coming back to check on those.
Yeah, I think the gym is probably going to be pretty busy over the next week or two, just from all the climbs that got put up. We were closed for a full week in preparation for this. We took all the routes off the walls completely empty, and we put up all new climbs, so there's a lot to do. We're usually busy after a reset, but with the whole wall being reset, definitely going to be at capacity most days, I think. And one of the routes is probably getting taken down tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a little bit it spans too much of the wall, so it's a little bit dangerous to keep up. But it's still pretty cool. I think all of the route setters did an amazing job with setting.
Yeah, shout out to the route setters. Hey, you said a couple of routes, right?
I did. Not shown in here, but that was definitely a fun time for sure. Alex is off. Super technical climber, and I think he'll definitely get far.
Yeah, looks like he's taking his time. He's not in a big rush. So maybe planning on finishing it. I think I could probably top out on it.
Definitely.
I don't think I've seen anyone top out on it. Because after this route was set, Luke, one who said it, was too lazy to climb it to demonstrate it for me. So I did not get to watch it finish it.
Yeah. Definitely had a long few days for Luke. Very busy setting, but he can make this light work too.
He's actually slightly offended when I told him that I thought he would be too lazy to climb it, and then he proceeded to agree with me. So,
Yeah, true.
So I've seen this climb all the way to the top, except for the ending. I haven't seen anyone actually make the final move. So very much is the big crux move of this climb. We'll see if Alex can make it here. He's doing some chalk to make it to the next move at this good result here.
Dang. And that move really looks like a devil swing. Funny enough, Devil Swing is also Patty Bucket's walkout song if he was competing in a competition finals route. Nevertheless, Alex was very close with that last move, and I think that'll just come to time now.
Yeah, and the last competitor who will be up in a couple minutes, who is also an extremely strong climber. So we'll see if he's able to top out on this route. And then our last competitor here is going to be Tons. We are very familiar with Tons. He also works at the climbing wall. Originally signed up for the intermediate division, which we all proceeded to laugh at.
Yeah.
Because he is now here in the finals of advanced.
Tund is a pretty dynamic climber, as we'll probably end up seeing. The hardest boulder route actually is just a big coordinated dyno, and he just didn't even warm up on any other routes in since that one first try. So I'm really curious with these small holds how he'll do managing like beta and like catching after a full day of climbing.
Yeah, Tim is a super dynamic climber. He is still really good with crimps. He's very light, so it's not as hard for him to dyno. I have definitely watched him climb some routes before that make me wonder if he is simply floating on the air. I don't think that's it, but honestly, it's still a working theory. I still think that might be part of it.
Definitely does look like that sometimes.
He was drinking some Red Bull earlier today, and he did say it gives you wings.
I think he did have two. So
yeah, so if we see him just start ascending up the wall, I think we know why. Wow, he is making quick work of this. Yeah, I think he's been climbing for a good period.
Oh no!
Whoa!
Wow, that is a surprise. Still very obviously psyched about his performance, but interesting.
Yeah, I'm surprised
fall
he
by
fell
time.
so early.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that wraps up the climbing portion. What's gonna happen next is the scores will go over for times, and we'll end up like picking the winners for the competition.
Yep, and then the prizes for each one of the winners. Pretty interesting. They're retired rope necklaces. So it's ropes that we've determined are no longer safe to climb with. They are getting cut and fashioned into necklaces for each one of the finalists. So.
Yep. No, exactly. Each I know the individuals who made the medals, and they're very like really cool. So much talent was put into those and work. So excited to see who gets to receive those.
You work? Oh, I don't know who the opposed to. Otherwise, my car is here. Yeah. You're gonna do the music here? So, there's I think I else to pass. I think they're real small. I think they're. Did you get a small? Good. Yeah. You know, I did those. Yeah, I thought so. How was the rest of the? It's good. Yeah, no, I'm glad it's done. Go home. Any talks?